I have got a crazy idea. I'm going to play video games and have you guys watch. Hi. This is the new character. Where am I? I'm in the Imperial era. Where am I going? There's not that. Risen Lake. So I had to change builds because the build guide I was following was a piece of shit. In that it was a design for 0.9, but literally nobody would be able to play it because it didn't require any unique weapons, which was good, but he didn't really make a point of the fact that it requires a whole shitload of idols that nobody's going to have at the start of a league. So this is the new build. Did I go to the Corrupted Lake? I don't remember. I don't think so. So it was one little throwaway line that I missed while watching the video about the reason it could attack so fast was it had increased cooldown speed from an entire metric ton of idols with cooldown speed on them, which aren't available at low levels. So the build was bad. And I wanted that skill, is why I went with that build. Didn't play that skill, well, I just didn't really feel like playing the character. I couldn't play. I wasn't interested in Necro, I was interested in the Abomination. No, so much for that idea. It was an idea, and no, it's not. This is a sorcerer. Big attack I'm using is Elemental Nova, which I am casting focused as lightning. You couldn't tell by the bzzz all the time. It's not an especially complicated build at the base. It's mostly holding down right click and keeping an eye on your mana. Not only does it hit hard multiple times, but it leaves a little present behind on each of the mobs it hits that explodes 0.7 of a second later as a second pulse. Which means that batches of mobs like that really kill each other. As they all explode on each other at the same time. Which sounds a little bit smutty, really. A lot of times, if I'm walking away, you can see things explode after I stop, like that. So part, I guess, of learning the build is learning about how many pulses you've got to get off to get the mobs to die for you. To die in a convenient fashion. Also, eventually it's a crit build, crit stacking, and crit multi. Right now, I already have a pretty high crit. At least for this early in the game, the character's only like 20 odd. 29, almost 30. That was enough. Also, the teleport casts more of those bursts, where I take off from, where I land, and in the middle. I am following a build guide, although this one's from someone whose builds I have used before successfully. That's right. He has a friend he summons up afterwards. Doing that to regain my mana. You can tell when it hits, it does a job. It's pretty fun. That was the fine and dandy fellow we know as Fat Body. Hi, Fat Body. Thank you, as always, for the subscription. That's a 40-month streak. Holy shit. Let's see, how long have I been doing this? Just a little longer than 40 months. Pretty impressive. I hope your weekend is kicking ass. Actually, I require your weekend to kick ass, so don't let me down. Where are we over here? We're adding to our lightning damage. Because bzzz. No chests of goodies? What the hell? Come on, guys. That's just not fair. Hey, look. I'm always happy when you're here, but I can't conceivably complain about someone having an improvement in their life and regretting seeing me. Yeah, that doesn't rate. If the new job is great, being back on second shift, come on. As a guy who worked years for swing shift, I loved it. Even if it meant most of the people I worked with weren't around. It just fit me. Waking up. Going to bed at 4 in the morning. Waking up at 1. It's glorious. Man, it was glorious. So yeah, real life. If you're doing it the other way around, I wouldn't be wondering about your sanity. I would come to a very strong conclusion about it. It would be that you were insane. Just clear on that. Bonkers. So yesterday, when I started up this new character, 36%. That is 13. Huh. The extra crit multi or lightning damage and chance to shock on hit. I think the fact that those work so well together. Gotta go with that. Let's see. Currently does 282. 269. I'm doing less, presumably because of the crit multi. Must be. Well, let's see if we can't add. No. And everything up to $250,000 is FDIC insured anyway.
Be well.
No, the real thing about that one. Oh yeah, they didn't actually go down in the standard way a company would go down. They have assets up the ass, if you'll pardon the phrase. What happened was they had too much money, which sounds dumb, but you've got to do something with the money if you're a bank. To have it just sitting there not doing anything is intolerable and business bad sense. So, most banks will do is if they have extra cash, they will invest it in extremely secure things. And that was what they were doing. Unfortunately, they did the long term. I think T-bills or bonds. I think it was bonds. Where it's a 10-year at like 1%. Because interest rates were at 0, basically. Well, now interest rates are at 4 or 5%. Who's going to be stupid enough to buy those 1%ers except at a big discount? So they had a sudden hit where they needed to have liquid assets to be able to give out because some VC said people should start taking their money out, and a whole bunch of the VC, the venture capital companies, a bunch of firms took money out, and suddenly to give them their money, they needed cash, which means they needed to sell those bonds, but they had to sell those bonds at a discount to get the cash to because the difference between the 1% and say 4% bond. And that was where the problem was, is they lost so much on selling those bonds that they were at risk. And they basically, no one wanted to give them enough money to sort of stick with it for a short period of time. And the federal government doesn't fuck around with that stuff. Your finances start looking dodgy, even if you're actually as solid as they are. Everyone's going to get their money back, except some institutional investors may get like 98%. So there aren't going to be much in the way of real losses. It was just they spent the money poorly. They should have spent more of it on short-term securities, and they'd have been fine. This has been your finance TED Talk. Yeah, it's the second biggest bank failure in history. Yeah, so in fact, basically, they didn't really do anything classically wrong that you would expect from a bank that had a bank run. Basically, they had a run, they needed to be liquid, and too much of their assets was in long-term securities. That's it. They were a sound business, except there was this sudden, unexpected run, and they just didn't have enough liquid assets to deal with. Okay, that added a free tier over there. Let's see how this looks now. Currently at 282. 300. And that's why they pay me the big bucks. Nobody pays me big bucks. Well, I guess Fat Buddy pays me big bucks. He just gave me $5. Thank you, Fat Buddy. Now, the thing is because bank runs can be, in essence, contagious, there's another Silicon Valley bank, which is, it was enormous, which is largely venture capitalist and local tech companies going way over the $250,000 that's guaranteed by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. I think this is. So they are also this weekend being very busy, I'm sure, straightening out their finances to make sure that they don't follow Silicon Valley Bank down the proverbial tubes. Basically, if Silicon Valley Bank had lasted one more day, had made it to the weekend, they might have survived. They might have been fine. Oh, the original savings and loan, not even the mortgages fall out. Was it the Keating 5? The original savings and loan? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's easy to start, and unfortunately, every time there's a disaster, and there always is, they implement new safety regulations, and then a few years later, the banking industry starts lobbying to lessen up the regulation, and lessen it up some more, and lessen it up some more, and then it happens again. And in fact, Silicon Valley Bank, in I think 2016, their CEO, they spent like $400 million in lobbying efforts, I think, something like that. A lot of money in lobbying efforts to have certain specific things rolled back that would have caught this before it happened. So it doesn't look like we're going to get another big bank run. Fortunately. Because keep in mind, that's how the Great Depression started, was the run on the banks. There aren't that many banks that are willing to, sort of take on huge chunks of money like that at what amount to under secure conditions, which the SVB basically had. Everyone who did their due diligence when they invested, gave them that money, and their response is, well, what are you going to do with this money and all the rest of the money? And we're going to put it in long-term securities. People would go, okay, that makes sense. Here's my money. The problem was too much of it was in long-term securities. And the problem with long-term securities is the insurance rates aren't going to stay low forever. Especially with all the economic upheaval we've had since COVID came in. With supply chain problems leading to weird employment patterns and all that stuff just is obviously pointing towards economic instability. And conceivably, those 1% bonds may turn out to be a really, really good investment in 10 years. But in the short term, if you need funds, like they did, not so much. I have to defend the seer. Pardon me. These guys are just standing there. Oh, hi. Oh, there they finally died. I'll return to the seer. You know, once you understand the mechanics, and it took me a little while reading, once you understand the mechanics involved in why SVB went down, you can understand both why it went down and also why it's not a huge risk to the rest of the industry sector. I have access to Ice Barrage. I won't be using it, but I have access. Second biggest bank failure in history. Second only to WAMU. You remember their commercials, Washington Mutual? Their commercials were everywhere for a while. They went down in the subprime mortgage explosion. I think they were like 300 and something million, and Silicon Valley is like 280. Something like that. Billion. If I said million. Billion with a B, which is a shitload of money. You know, a million here, a million there, and pretty soon you're talking about real money. One of my friends has complained that he can't stop reading about what happened with Silicon Valley and that he's turned into a pure finance porn reader. Out to there's no reason to go that way unless I'm headed out to the dungeon. Got it. I'm not doing a dungeon now. Those are end game-ier stuff, I think. Now, everyone who is a depositor in the bank will be able to get their 250K, up to 250K on Monday, and most of the institutional customers will be getting their money as well, or at least a good chunk of it, enough to like hit payroll and stuff. Because apparently this is kind of a big deal. You don't want to miss a payroll, because if you miss even a single payroll, it takes away the veil of the corporation, I think it's called, or corporate veil, which means that a person, like a manager at a company, faces personal liability if you don't pay your wages. Your employees will be able to sue you as a person instead of the company. Needless to say, executives don't like the sound of that. Personal liability. What does that mean? They can yell at me? No, they can sue you. You mean for money? Yeah. I don't want that. So good evening to everybody. I hope your Saturday is going fantastically. Uh, 200% increased stun chance and stun duration. Well, sadly, I don't think I have any stun chance on this build at all. So I won't feel bad at all by burning off to go back to the outcast camp and sell some crap. I do have to say this is a simple build to play, which is completely appropriate for the old man.
Yes.
Yes. I would like to sell my crap. Decks? No, thank you. Do not play decks, thank you. Ah, yes. Let's hope no piece of that goes bad, or the entire chain might fall apart. Critical strike chance and int. What do we have here? Critical strike chance, and a resist. Over here, dodge. Yeah, I think we can go with that one. Spell, void, no. The thing is, yesterday, while I started playing this guy very, very early on, I got the most stupidly broken low-level item I've ever seen. I'll show you in a sec. This build mostly is built around Elemental Nova and Lightning Blast. Oh look, +1 to the level of Lightning Blast and +1 to the level of Elemental Nova. Both of them on one piece of equipment. At low level. Requires level 4. And I got it at like level, I don't know, 8 maybe? Could have been 6 or 4? It's just a really big buff for this build all the way, and I got it stupidly early. I am going to break, shatter this item, because it's got some nice affixes on it. Rune of Shattering, so I'd like the +1 to the level of Teleport. The other two would be nice as well, so Teleport, Necrotic, and Poison would be good. Go! We didn't get the Teleport, we got the Poison and Necrotic. If you know which way the monies are going, you can absolutely do that. Yeah, exactly. I haven't seen it spelled fig. I've seen it spelled vig with a V. Either way. It's short for vigorish, I understand. And I have no idea what that means other than vig is the same thing. Well, I mean, that's similar to how a lot of the business, a lot of the profits get made out of, what is it? I can't even remember the name now. My brain is going. Basically, they take money and all they do is buy and sell stuff faster than everyone else when they see it's moving. And that's all they do. So it's a straight skim off the economy. All they do is make money. They don't make a product. They don't offer a service. They just make money. Oh, it is Vig. Okay. I have to allow fat-fingered it. I have to, with these fucking fingers, I have to specifically allow fat finger it. Oh, Twitch. Hey, Kaneka. I am at the Fallen Tower, working my way towards Imperial Fatima. It was warm enough here today that until it was time to stream, I had the window open for a little fresh air. In metric, it was 19 outside. So, 66. For those of us who speak freedom units. So a little bit of fresh air, but I had to close the window because somebody's moving in and there's a lot of noise in the court. Moving in and moving out. Not sure which. I don't want you guys to have to listen to that. Heading towards Imperial Fatima. That's another level for my teleport skill. Oh, that hurt. Range attack on those little lightning bulbs is unpleasant. No, sir, I don't like it. Fools! 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 Shade's sacrificial staff of liturgy, legacy, something like that. And into Imperial Fatima we go. Pardon me. Back up for a sec here, and we're coming over here, and we got all of those. Next we're going here. That opens these two, which will make decoys when I teleport, which will reduce the odds of me dying. Because I teleport, create a couple of decoys, and everything attacks the decoys instead of me. Hopefully. Clank. every time I hit them with one of my boosts, it deposits a little static charge on them that blows up 0.7 seconds later in a small splody. So if everything's gathered together in a nice clump, they blow up in a most satisfactory fashion. But sometimes I leave them one little bit of life left because I needed one more tick of damage. Sad. Over here, we are increasing our lightning damage. Go figure. All of our damage is lightning damage. Not all, actually. That's just doing... Oh, it is lightning. Okay. Yeah, all of our damage is lightning damage. I take it back. Flame Ward, which is a defensive emergency button. It does fire damage, but that's not why I use it. I use it for the ward. It puts up 400 points of temporary shield. Hit me pretty hard there. Don't know what it was. Say I wasn't a fan.
Fools!
Fools! Fools! Okay. There we are. Stupid bird. Making me chase it like that. Kill it in a brutally cruel fashion. I didn't want to do that. It made me. Okay, those guys I wanted to kill in that brutally cruel fashion. But I think that's just fair. The boat awaits us. The Dreadnought. Does that mean it's afraid of zeros? Hey, I'm just asking questions. The Imperial Dreadnought. I fear no man. I have no quarrel with you, good Sir Knight. But I must get to the other side of this bridge. Then you will die. Something I'm not a fan of. Really, you get anywhere close to this, the waypoint, the teleport point, it should unlock. You shouldn't have to get anywhere in the vicinity, and it should just unlock. Too many times I've been in a game where the place I was going, the place I had just been to, I forgot to unlock it. That is not a good game mechanic. It does not engender good feels on the part of the players. Ooh, that's my first dungeon key. Oh, this guy's one of those. You think you've killed them, but no, they come back with half-life.
I
am not a man of many pockets.
Throw away the stuff that we definitely won't be using. I was talking about something, but it's gone. See what happens when you get old, guys? Amongst the many other unpleasant side effects, I was talking about something and now I can't remember what it was. Of course, my mouth often operates on its own anyway, so. Well, I certainly understand the reasoning behind it. Don't think I haven't been tempted as well. I've managed to resist. My opinion towards Baldur's Gate, which I never played, has been skewed. Because the amount the community loves one of the worst characters ever created in Minsk. The community loves Minsk, despite the fact he's not a character. He's nothing but a collection of quirks. And too much bad fantasy, especially in games, that's what they think a character is, a collection of quirks. Yeah, Minsk, yeah. It's a terrible character. The player base loved it. Obviously not all players, but as a whole, the player base loved it, despite it being the worst non-character I've ever seen. And I only know it from Neverwinter, the MMO, where he shows up as well. You know, your character has a pet. Okay, he's got a pet. That's nice. What, has he got a dog, a cat? I know he has a hamster. Okay, he's got a hamster. What's the hamster's name? It's named Boo. Okay. And it's not a normal hamster. Of course it's not. Tell me. It's a dwarf hamster. That's weird. Well, it's a dwarf giant hamster. Oh, fuck. It's a dwarf giant space hamster. Fuck off. That's not a character. That's a collection of quirks. This has been my anti-Minsk TED Talk. Thank you for listening. Level 32. Well, not too long ago, I pre-ordered D4 because there's literally no chance I don't buy it. And yes, I'm not a fan of Blizzard and their various and sundry misfeasances and malfeasances by any means. But I know me, I'm going to buy it. Might as well get it early so I can get in on the early beta. The first beta, the pre-order beta, before the open beta. For anyone who might not be aware of it, there is a pre-order beta in, what, like a week, I think? D4. Diablo. There's a pre-order only beta, I think, next week. And then an open beta a week after that, I think.
That ship will be your tomb.
That was unwise of me to stand there.
The immortal empire shows no mercy.
Whoop, okay, that's not good.
Get off my ship, mortal!
I can't get off your ship. I can't swim. That wasn't a particularly convincing argument on my side.
Who defied the Emperor is dead.
I defy the Emperor with my every breath.
Break yourself upon my body.
That just sounds wrong, dude. Arr, matey. Yeah, and all of the various streamers and whatnot that I have seen play it in, the various tests that have gone before, they all liked it. Whether they're Diablo 3 streamers or PoE streamers, they all said it's really good. So,
Hurry and break these statues easy. I'll take that as a yes. Get to the railing and give a signal when you're ready.
I have to jump off the deck, but not without grabbing that last 14 gold, because that's the difference between what I have and what I have plus 14.
You washed up safely, it seems. Problem is? Yes, I'll hang back and cover up. I'll only slow you down. Please.
All right, let me go back to the base. The outcast camp. And sell the stuff I've picked up that I don't want, which will be most of it. Probably all.
Yes.
Yes. I almost certainly want to stick with the two one-handers rather than a two-hander. From what I understand, is basically going to turn and eventually get to the point where you're at 100% crit or very, very close to it. Yeah, the one I've got is better. Crit strike multi and an int. What I'm currently using has 2 int and a couple of resists. This has got better combined resist and probably still has a space open for a resist. I'm going to craft a little on that one. It currently has 84%. Basically 100% extra damage. 16% spelled, or 16. That's base, so that's actually a the larger base. So, if you have a base damage, let's say 10, you add 16, that makes it 26, and you have 100% increased damage, that'll make it 52. So, base damage increases are multiplied by increases, and then there's more. If something does more damage, that's a multiplier on top. All of the increaseds are added together and then multiplied by the mores. Science. You're welcome. You just confused him. What? Nothing. Keep going like it's not pretend. Just pretend like it's nothing. Got it. And I'm going to want to craft on that one. I'm going to want to cut it apart. That's quite the helmet. Ooh, 5 int. Versus 2 int and a couple of lesser resists. You're going to want to craft on that one and use it. That's the key. I need to put the key away. 5 int. I have 8 int on that and the spell crit. The spell crit is what really is important for this build. Lightning damage, endurance, and cold resist. Lightning. Okay. I talked me into it. I currently have up here 2 decent resists, cold and poison, and increased elemental damage. That one's got cast speed. That one's got lightning resistance and spell lightning damage, and that's good for me too. And that is Vit. Only 1 Vit? Get out of town. So, we're going to do a little forging. First of all, we're going to carve this one up for bits and pieces. What we want to get is the lightning damage and leech. It's the most important thing to shatter out of it. Spell damage is good. Minion spell damage is okay. We got the lightning damage and leech and the spell damage. Excellent. We got the two things we wanted most out of it. Perfect. Next up is this one, and we currently have that. I think is one where it goes. Yeah. So, necrotic. What other resists? We're going to gain necrotic. We're going to lose a little void and poison. We're going to lose void and poison. We're going to gain necrotic. Adding void would probably be good. We'll add void. Void resist. I've got plenty of those. Let's add intelligence. We have no forging potential. That's as much as we can do with it. So it's better than the one we had. Crit strike multi, spell damage. And it's better than that one. So we sell those two. And we drop the key. I didn't even get a key earlier. Lightless Arbor is a dungeon. I don't know much about dungeons. I know I tried this one like once. And I beat it with difficulty, except for the last boss. I couldn't do enough damage to the last boss to kill him, basically. He had a regen or something. And I just didn't have a high enough damage build. That's my memory of it.
Be well.
All right, we're down here on the beach. The Shining Cove. Just kicking back on the beach, you know. Chilling with my my bro over here,
You're still here.
Alric. Catching some rays. Working on our tans. Can't get into that building yet. That comes later. That's all of those we can get. Haste Shrine, I'm faster. I run faster, I cast faster. A couple of my skills just leveled up. That guy self-rezzed. Like a jerk. Where are we over here? We got a Luminaire. Oh, that's where we are. That's now a 9% base crit. Again, a plus percent is a base percent. An increase in percent is multiplied. So that means if I had 5% as a crit, I now have 14% as the base. And then the increases are percents of the 14 instead of 5. Base percents in MMORPGs are delicious. I thought there were 2 of them down there. I'm not sure what the other thing I heard that was. Never mind. Yeah, there was a second one. Interesting. Small bug. They've made so many changes in this patch that there are a lot of little bugs. Little, little knock-on changes. For instance, I had 2 skills that leveled up. I came in here, I changed one, and it didn't show that the other one still had a point until I exited and came back in. Not a big deal by any means. Here we are. I think that thing had a snake inside of it. That's just gross. We've got a unique amulet drop. Tears of the Forest. That is for a Primalist, Summon Spriggan, and Spriggan form, +1 to each. And then Rage Gain, movement speed while transformed. Basically, you shapeshift into the form of a Spriggan, which is sort of a tree spirit. A little bit like an Ent. I've never done a Spriggan build. Might have to. That it's throwing up, and yeah, there's a snake inside those things. That's just gross. You'll excuse me if I skip all this stuff. I've seen it before, and I don't want to spoil it if you get the game. Because I'm always looking out for you, my viewer. Do you mind? I'm getting rid of some stuff here. Interesting, that one doesn't seem to do the little unlock animation. I'm assuming that's another one of the bugs. A little knock-on bugs. I mean, this was a very big patch. They changed all kinds of stuff, top to bottom. It's not just multiplayer. That's level 33 for me. And we've got a green item. Those are set items. Again with the snake inside. Who does that? Who has a snake inside of them? Hopefully not me. That would be an unpleasant surprise. One of the problems this map has is that it's constantly spawning these little flying assholes, you can see. Currently at, oh, I reflect 300% of damage taken. Generally, I'm more predicated this build around not taking damage rather than doing it when things hit me. Uh-huh. Made him keep chasing me. Alright, bossy mob. He has, flame coming out of his stinger. Not a fan. Got all kinds of other abilities that I'm also not a fan of, gotta say. You guys stop. Thank you. Note, the chest dropped more than 56 gold. I currently have filters set to not show me any regular or magical loot. I'll show you how the filters work in a minute. After I get out of this area. It's good. Idols early on. That's good. As I get to an area where I can... I'm running away successfully. Whiff. You see what happens? You catch up to me, and I kill you. You were just better off not chasing me. Like some kind of jerk, which you are, clearly. They just don't seem to learn, do they? Majilka. The most basic of filters is really easy to make. Unlike like Path of Exile, where you have to use a third-party tool to make a filter. They built one in here. Settings. Filter. Currently, I'm only using one, and it's really simple. It hides all normal and magic items. So you choose the visibility, show, hide, or recolor. In this case, which condition? I chose rarity, and then clicked the normal and magics. That's it. And now, white and blue quality items don't show up on the screen. There's a key, I can't remember what it is, that shows everything on the screen, so you can see if you're missing anything. But the filtering is that simple. To write filters that can be precise, you can base it on affixes you're looking for, specific items you're looking for. You can change the colors of items. It's really powerful and very simple.
Now, it's
one of the things they're doing extremely right.
Hey now, I've seen how you handle yourself. All you need to do is clear a path. Then I can teleport in and retrieve them.
All right, Majilka. Again, I am filtered down with loads of stuff, so I'm going to go back to the Outcast Camp. And my cup runneth under, so I'm going to refill my coffee cup, and I'll be right back. And I'm coming back. Poor folks. And I am back. Hi.
Yes.
Let's see. Fire now. No. Ice barrage and meat. That one has got to be salvaged for bids. Currently wearing int, cold resist, and elemental resist. That's a really nice combo. No. In case I decide to play a Sentinel. Hold on to that. Oh, I should check those. Check those in a sec. Cast speed, necrotic resistance. How's my necrotic? Is it pretty low? Yeah, it's pretty low. We currently have there cast speed, cold and lightning. Cold and lightnings. I think I want to keep cold because we're headed towards a place where cold is like the standard
Yes.
attack that we'll be facing. Nope. Nope. And yeah. So, first thing we do, we're going to shatter this one. For its affixes. Ice Barrage and Meteor, the ones we're looking for. We got one of them. We got Meteor. We head over here. Drop that off. Increased void damage, so that's probably a Void Knight type item. Void penetration with Time Rot. Void damage per stack of Time Rot are the additional affixes. That is an Acolyte one. Chance for Summon Wraith to summon a Putrid Wraith instead, and wouldn't you rather have a Putrid Wraith? I know I would. Let's see. Health. Vit. Stun. Not getting much in the way of resist. Oh, we've opened up a whole bunch more idle slots. I hadn't even noticed. Void resist. We're going to want to use that one. Mana and lightning damage. I'm going to want to use that one. That's pretty good too. necrotic resist. So we can get one additional, either vertical or horizontal. Any of these got any resists we could use? Don't think so. No. Health and chance to ignite. Vit. I think flat health is probably the best of those. And throw those three on. Take a quick look and see how our resists are doing.
Be well.
So, our elementals are good, especially cold. Our physical is terrible. That's not so great. Necrotic and Void are definitely better than they were. Poison's still pretty crappy. I need to take a sec and see where I'm supposed to be putting these additional points. Wrong click. That's the right click. I have a video on
Alright,
that.
travelers, we're now level 41. We've just reached Heoboria. We're just about to begin through the ice maps. And this is where you want to make sure you have a lot ahead and throw 4 of them into mana drain and 3 of them into critical mana. And that's going to give us a lot more mana every time that we do a hit with it. Passives, we got 11 more points. Going to go ahead and throw 5 of them into Rift Bolt. This is going to give us lightning penetration.
Okay, we go into Rift Bolt. Rift Bolt. Lightning Pen. Yeah, that makes sense. Gives us lightning damage leech and allows us to bust through enemy resists. I don't have the points yet for that. I'm at 16, 18. Gotta drop 2 more points someplace. Probably there. Cryo, Pyro, no. Whirling Snow, no. Lost Knowledge, Ward Game, no. So we put 2 more. No, we can't. Yeah. Afterglow. Yeah, so yeah, 2 there. More mana and mana regen. Now that should open up Rift Bolt, and that's where our points will be going next. We are here in Majelka. Okay, we have multiple things to do here. Hidden Gems. Meet with Raoul Zabat in Majelka. Okay, that's one of them. One of the quests is in this direction. Hi, guys. Note to self, don't go into dead ends, that's foolish. You're wasting your time. And here's one of them.
Buried She told me.
I don't like the interface for that, making me click through on something. Just having the conversational options when they don't really provide any useful differentiation is odd to me. Let's see. Teleport creates mirror images where you arrive. Mirror images count as minions and taunt for 10 seconds and then disappear. It costs more mana. And over here, teleport creates a mirror image where you depart. Ah. definitely where we arrive, I think. Actually, I think we end up with both of them. Making it cost 23. That could be an issue in time. That's another level. And now we start penetrating. Pardon the phrase. Couldn't help it. Anytime I get an opportunity to talk dirty, I have to do it. It's in my contract. Twitch requires it. It's weird.
I cannot do that.
Pick up all the stuff. Another point. More penetration. Stuff to turn down. You stop following me, you little jerk.
No. When she told me it'd take the courage of a Ruby Nagasa, I didn't expect this.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
My mind.
Amongst our weaponry are such diverse elements as fear, surprise, ruthless efficiency, and almost fanatical devotion to the Pope and our nice red robes. The Sapphire Quarter awaits. Something is there, just ahead of us. Something there was hitting me quite hard and unpleasantly. I did not appreciate it. There appear to be multiple... Oh, that's my mirror image. My mirror image looks like Alric.
I wish I'd seen it. I can only imagine how she feels.
More idols. Those are good. Anything specifically awesome? Mana and health. None of the big, beautiful cold resist, but I'm pretty close to the cap already. Physical resist. That one's going in. For that one. My physical resists are, crappy. They are 10%. So that kind of almost, well, yeah, I did double. Another level for me, level 35. Another skill specialization slot opened. Well, we can get another point of penetration easily enough. Don't need the impaler. Can't use it. Like him. Do not like him. Nothing personal. Just that he's a dick. You know, but not personally. Totally not anything personal. He's gonna blow up. Fuck. Not my first death, but I think that's... Oh, crap, the wrong way. Not my first death. I had one early on. And... Wait. God, this map. I did defeat him over here, which is where I died. The problem with this map is it doesn't really show that there's a portal through here. Which is why I spent an extremely long amount of time running around on it.
Hidden so close. A word of advice.
My first
Don't
go.
ask her about the directions. You'll regret it.
I spent like 40 minutes running around because the area I was supposed to go to was up there, but there was no sign that there was a doorway or anything there, despite the fact that So that would be one of those bug things they need to address. Ooh, shinies. Wow, I'm going to take a look at that in a second. That was unique and I didn't recognize it. It'd be good. Into the Oracle's abode. Sunwreath. Fire resist, that's a lot of fire resist. Increased fire damage. Chance to ignite on melee hit. Not for me. Fire damage over time. Melee fire. Flame Reeve hits enemies are in an expanding circle around you. Increased Flame Reeve cost. So that's a Flame Reeve. That's a ring basically for Flame Reeve. Especially. Although it might be useful for other builds as well. Melee builds, I suppose. Pardon the yawn. Old man, look at my life.
Ah, yes?
I'm a lot like you were.
May I tear a smile upon you?
That would be nice. I like being smiled upon.
Can I help you?
This is an example of one. There's no real point to talking to him. Good to meet you. Yeah, is that fruit behind you? Take one of the fruit. You pick one of the remaining fruit. It's smaller. You take a bite and the taste is barely sweet. It goes down with these, but you're still hungry. Damn. Okay, shop. Flame Reeve. What the hell's up with Flame Reeve all of a sudden? Oh, that must be for the mage. The two mage specs are that are currently in game, I think, are sorcerer and spellblade. So Flame Reeve must be a spellblade thing, and this is a spellblade thing as well. It's funny, I get two Flame Reeve things at the same time, but I think I will shatter that one. Go ahead and buy an extra shatter for it. Int, 2 spell damage. It's 3 spell damage, crit strike, and int. This one's got int. Increased critical strike chance. That's got crit multi. And 2 really good resists. Minion health, elemental damage, fire resist. Minion health, critical strikes, int, mana regen, dodge. Critical strike chance is well above. On the implicit, pardon me. Mage's Lunar Helm of Insulation. Another +1 lightning blast. That one I'm also going to want to deconstruct for parts. Nope. 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 Currently have cold resist. This one's got lightning resist. I mean, necrotic resist, so no. No. Nope. Nope. We have up there physical, cold, and poison. And then lightning resist above. And that can go away. We want to shatter 2 of these. This is going to get shattered. Shattered. Level of Flame Reeve. We got the Flame Reeve. That's the one we wanted. And here we want the lightning. We want the lightning blast. And elemental resistance would be nice too. Oh, we got all 3. Excellent. If they're at higher tiers, you can get multiple shards, and that's even better. And let's see what we've got here. That's a lot of cold resist. That'll put me over the cap, which is fine because we're going to place with a lot of cold resist. Increased health. Damage over Time, health and mana. Okay, these will go. Time for stuff to start going into the second tab. Did we talk to them? We did. We have to return to the Shining Cove. I'm going to return to the Shining Cove first. We'll do that right now. We get to do some more time travel. You also get to unlock another skill. And in this case, I believe the one we want is Mana Strike. I'm going to take a sec and see if I can see where he's putting the points here.
Charge Destruction. For Lighted Blast, 1 more point. We're going to put it into Conversions. 2 points for Teleport. We're going to do the Unexpected Copy and the Decoy Position, just so we get 2 decoys now. That'll kind of keep the enemies from attacking us whenever we teleport. And then we have 7 points for Mana Strike. Going to go ahead and throw 4 of them into Mana Drain and 3 of them in.
Okay, so 1, 2. One, Mana Strike has increased attack speed. That's good. Mana Strike deals damage in a larger area. That's good. And did he put how many in there? 1 sec.
Into critical.
Okay, he's going to put 4 into there. Mana Strike grants more mana. Okay. There we go. Our ability here is pretty mana hungry. And so the ability to renew mana by standing next to something and whacking it with Mana Strike will then allow us to go bzzz a lot more frequently. Now, let's go forward in time to when the world is a ruin. So that would be present day. Hi, kid. Of course. Anyway, as far as you know, I'm kidding. I got confuzzled. Thought this was a dead end, but no, there's a ramp. Got just had to kill them all. Yeah, it's like Pokemon. Only the exact opposite. You don't capture, you actually gotta kill them. Pretty much the same thing. That's another point for my newest skill. There we go. Mana Drain is high as it goes. I think we go here next, but I'm not sure. But we've got the basics in place, so we can let that sit for now. Probably gain a few more while we're running around this map. Finish the map. Catch up, so to speak. Do not want to get sort of frozen in place while things shoot at you from afar. General rule. So my mirror image doesn't just taunt me standing in place. He uses his make-believe wand to taunt at a distance. Well, pardon me. Pardon my penetration. Actually even does a little bit of damage. Very little, but very little is more than none. You may have noticed. When I teleport, it also casts, I think, 3 casts of my Elemental Nova lightning. So I teleport in, and it goes boom, boom, boom. And I don't have to press another button. Just teleport me. I want this. The boss awaits us. Or a tech, the survivor. And he dies. Shit, there was a goddamn freaking clicky there that I didn't get, and that's probably the thing I needed to get. And at least I can teleport back. God damn it. If I hadn't seen it, if I wasn't, if I was playing and I didn't notice that thing and I realized suddenly, hey, I didn't get the thing I was looking for. Oh, that's fine. Oh, this is a dungeon. That's right, this is a dungeon. So, go back here. And we should be just outside where we were just a second ago. Hope we don't have to fight the dungeon again, but we might. Yeah, we do. That's unfortunate. I'm going to go with. There's the clicky we needed. We now head back to the Oracle's area. Back in the Imperial era. The Oracle's abode. her again. We got everything done.
Yes?
Here's the sapphire tablet. That's a point. And I have all of my penetration. Lucky for me.
Can I help you?
And now we're back to him, and we've already talked to him. And every time we talk to him now, we have to go through these options. That's got to be a fucking bug. Just give me the shop option. Or in fact, don't even give me the shop option. Just open the shop. Additional click. Not needed. Please make it go away. Movement speed. We have a lot of movement speed, and that's good. We would give up. No, we would gain. Vit, elemental resist, and armor. Lose a little int. A little fire resist, but we gain elemental resist overall. That. Lightning damage, void resist. We currently have cold resist on there. We're over capped on cold. So we can swap that out. Minion, nope. Cold, fire, nope. And over here, the Toxic Arcane Quill of Regrowth. Not my vibe. We are still overcapped on cold. We've got fire and light. Lightning is good. Fire's a little low. Physical still stinks on ice. Poison's terrible. Necrotic isn't good either. You know, you can't balance everything all the time. That's just not the way it works.
I'm glad you made it. When I described you, the Oracle appeared interested. She
Hello,
wishes to
Oracle.
speak with
Greetings.
you. Just remember, we shouldn't stay here.
I have that effect on people. Doesn't matter. What do I do with it? It's all this time travel stuff, man.
Greetings.
Oh, that was what was wrong. Wondering why it was making me go through it again. Lost connection. It's the first time today I think I've lost connection, but I should be able to get right back in. So they're having still some minor server issues, which is to be expected. They've got a concurrencies like the 3 times higher than they ever had it in the past. And it's a new version of the game, all kinds of stuff like that. And it's the new multiplayer, so online server stuff, huge connectivity increase, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it's fine. Back to the Oracle. I should be clear, this is not the computer company Oracle, which is owned by Larry Ellison. And I've known people who work there, and every single one of them who ever worked there said Oracle stood for one rich asshole called Larry Ellison.
Greetings.
Another passive point. I need to check and see where my next batch O passive points are going.
Mana. And that's going to give us a lot more mana every time that we do a hit damage with our lightning skills now. And we're also going to leech 1.5% of our lightning damage, which is basically all the damage we do, both the lightning hits and the spark charges. And then we have 6 points, going to throw all of them into
Crackling Precision. Well, Oh, the one rich asshole called Larry Ellison? Yeah, when I first was told that one, I was floored. It's such a great acronym. It was just unbelievable that fit so well. Critical Strike champs. Please. Give me more, give me more. So my spell crit is at 26%. It's at least at 35 for Elemental Nova because I have a plus 9%. And I don't know if there's a way of finding a specific percent chance for crit on a given spell or not. Not that I'm aware of. Pardon me. Minion. That's a lot of zeros. Other. Ignite, poison, frostbite, shock is at 32. It's funny, I do bleed damage, poison damage, ignite, and frostbite damage, but I have 0% chance of inflicting any of those. 32% chance to shock. Each stack of shock reduces lightning resistance by 5. The physical resist still stinks. I'm going into the catacombs. Don't worry, the sewers are coming. Every game, they send you into the sewers. Every fantasy game ever. You're in town? Well, you need to go into the sewers. Why? It's just the rule. I don't wanna. Gotta. Not my rule. It's just the rule. We'll hold on to that one. It's small. That's very satisfying. Teleporting into a big pack and just insta-jibbing them all. Gotta say, I liked it. Like that. And now, 100% crit chance. If you thought things were dying fast before, wait till you get a load of this. Big damage, big damage. I think this is a dead end. It is. Fools, fools. Stupid fools. How dare they challenge me? Assassin's Flanged Mace of Suppression. That's another dead Indian. Lots of those numbers are coming up as crits. I'm just not seeing the downside on that. Get away from my decoy. Oh, wait. No. That's what I want you to do. Never mind. Go ahead. Keep attacking my decoy. That's cool. Look at everybody who just wants to come and play and... What's not to love? Titan's Canyon. Right, that one gets double mana, but you have to wait around for 4 seconds if you miss. I think I'd rather not. I am level 37. Pop back to the Oracle's Abode. Not a bunch of stuff, but
Can I help you?
movement. Good movement. No. It would take an extraordinarily good headpiece for me to replace the one I've got. That wasn't it. Crit strike chance, mana regen, a little physical physical resist. Or if that would be good. Yep, that will replace that one. And we will take the time really quick.
Agents, 2 points for teleport. We're gonna now. That'll kind of keep the enemies
See
from
where he's
attacking
putting
us
the
whenever
points
we teleport.
for.
And then we have 7 points for
Mana.
Mana Strike. Gonna go ahead and throw 4 of them into Mana Drain and 3 of them into Critical.
Critical mana then. That makes sense. We're going to have a very high crit rate, generally speaking. And therefore, granting any... that's all the points. Extra mana gained when I crit. So that good also. And now we are back to Titan's Canyon. So, yeah, you can notice that first time I got in here, I freaked out. I thought there were these big, ugly creatures coming for me, but no. It's bodies going into these great big meat grinders. It's these horrible critter bodies going into big meat grinders. I don't know what's going on there. I'm pretty sure I'd rather not know. Stun chance and stun duration. Again, I don't think I really have any chance to actually stun things anymore. That's just so satisfying, that teleport. The teleport and do explodies. It's just, it really works. Take it back, I did stun him. But something I did has some percentage chance to stun. Teleport, maybe. Ah, it's the Spy Master. Why did he take no fucking damage?
You think you could
surprising. I make mistakes a lot. I don't like big grubs. Also, I don't like big blobs of poison on the ground. Why wasn't that working? I am out of refreshing potions. So I heard. So you informed me. Just go ahead and die. He's creepy. You know, if I was becoming undead, not that I expect that to happen anytime soon, and I had my choice as to how I wanted myself to... Oh, I lost connection again. I've lost connection again. It's going to tell me that in a second. I'm going to have to fight this jerk again. I'm pretty sure. I'm not pleased with this result. There it is. I mean, maybe I got credit for him. I'm dubious, but it is possible. But if I were going to be undead, and they all gave me, like, a number of options, I don't think I would go for, I want my undead body to be sort of inside a giant larva, or worm, or maggot, to pop out and go, "Hi, everybody." Great for parties, the first time. But after that, end of time. I lost the skill point I had gotten, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say, yeah. That was not great. For him. Figures. They give out sort of a shrieking sound when they get ground up. That's even making it creepier. These guys gotta go. Okay, here we go again. All right, let's go. Here he is. It's an awful lot of blood and viscera and stuff. There he is. You see, he's like he's an undead maggot, and he's going to pop out, and it's just gross. He splits open, and there he is. I have made many mistakes in my time, and I am mortal. You gonna stop for a second and open up so I can kill everybody? My secrets? I'm not wearing women's clothing right now, in fact. Under my clothes right now, I'm not wearing anything at all.
Did you think you could hide from me?
He'd spend a little bit more time out of his shell, so to speak. Unleash upon him in an unholy fashion, like that. Of course, everything he's doing is kind of in an unholy fashion, too. We're even on that. Open wide. Time for you to go. Spit out your loot. Let me see if there's anything I want to pick up. And let me hurry in and make sure we get credit for finishing this off by moving into the Majelka way station. Oh, that's right. Go back to the Orable. The Orable's adobe is what I was about to say. Wow, the Oracle's abode. Although possibly they misspelled it and it's actually an adobe. It doesn't seem very logical or
Can I
likely,
help you?
but could be. Spell damage, cold. Spell damage over time. No, that's not my deal, man. That's not my vibe. It's not my jam. And that's a big no all the way around. Speak with Alric at the Majelka way station. He's at the Majelka way station. Choose there, and from there we head up into the mountains. Here, eventually. Confronting the king of the Undeadites. Eventually. But I think I'm going to call it here for the evening, as this is a pretty good break point for me. LE is Lost Epoch. Last Epoch it's in a really good place. It's got some small bugs and little bits and pieces of tweaking that definitely needs to get done with the big new patch, and it was a humongous patch. So I'm not surprised, and overall I'm very pleased with the results. It was a bit slow on the first day because of the server issues, but it looks like they've mostly got those fixed now. Sure, occasionally they're going to drop out, but that's going to happen. their biggest challenge they face, I think, is surviving in a world where Diablo 4 and PoE 2 are probably going to be out before they are. But other than that, the game's in a real good place. A reminder, it is still a beta, so if you're watching, take that into account. I cannot recommend anyone buy a beta. But if you were, this one's in good shape. But I'm going to call it here for the evening. I should be back tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Maybe a little early again, like the last couple of days. Once I have my din get started. So, I hope you guys had some fun tonight. I hope the rest of your Saturday night is amazing. Or at least good. And that your Sunday's nice as well. I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully you will see me soon. Have a great night tonight. Take care and ciao for now. Good night, guys.